There's rich history coming out of Cashmere Garden. This is one of those Mickey Leland communities. This is a Barbara Jordan community, a Conrad Johnson community.
I've lived in Trinity Gardens, basically my whole life. We see it as a beautiful, lovely little community, but what you've got is this additional, we're bordered by highways and the railroad and the concrete that goes with them, and not having enough trees to combat the effects of those things. We're also challenged because we're food insecure. We are in a food desert. And so some things that don't normally affect neighborhoods affect us greatly.
When we talk about climate change, we know climate change and global warming will widen disparities, will widen the gap between the haves and have-nots. And having the community be the center of this work, Justice 40. And when we talk about building resilience, and the hub concept is taking off now in Northeast Houston because you have these clusters of neighborhoods, you also have these clusters of organizations. And so when we talk about these resilience hubs, these hubs will serve multi-purposes and will make our communities safer, healthier, stronger, and more powerful when it comes to the hub leaders speaking for themselves.
But in Justice 40, clearly, dollars that are coming down have to come into Black, brown, low-income, under-resourced, and indigenous people. We have to understand that and then look at the programs and the plans that our community has and see where those things fit in. And the Bullard Center has been a great resource. They've been with us trying to make sure that we understand how this is going to impact our community.
This building will be the first of its kind to be a resilient hub. If something happens in Cashmere Garden today, such as it won't stop raining, how do the people on the west side get here? They can't. They'll be flooded out in heavy rain. This is a hub that will act as a catalyst. The city will know that people are here. This is a safety center. We will have a generator. We will also have food for the people.
People can just go there and get their internet access, or go there and get online and be able to do these things, right? So our libraries do that for us. And here in Cashmere Gardens was a rather unique story. During Harvey, the community came in and made the library a hub because they didn't have anywhere to go. And they were totally dammed in by the freeways all being flooded.
People need to know what's happening in their community. Many times they don't know the resources available to them and for their families. We have a farmer's market that's over 4 years old. You have to introduce new things so that they will make educated choices, so they will know things are out there. It's not just for one side of town, it's for every side of town. We have the island effect going on out here where we were able a year ago to plant over 700 trees to combat that.
The pavement, it reflects heat in the daytime and nighttime. It radiates heat. You need to do something to decrease that heat gradient. And one way you can do it is by planting trees, especially in areas where there's lots of concrete.
If the community is driving this, we'll get a more consistent base. It will be updated regularly because the community knows that every year, every 2 years, the plans need to be updated. The buildings that we're using need additional resources.
Our communities are the first to feel the pain, and they feel it worst and longest. That means that we don't have a lot of time to debate whether or not this is something that we should be all in on. We have to make sure that we get the resources to the communities in a timely manner.
I had the pleasure of working with other community leaders in Trinity Houston Gardens, Ms. Huey and Mr. Ken, and able to help our communities because we were going through basically the same thing. It's not just about my community. It's about our communities working together.